is the Sunseeker 80 yacht. And there is a reason why this yacht is one of the flagships for Sunseeker. I am standing in Puerto Portales in Mallorca, and if you like what you see today from our walk around tour, this yacht is actually available for immediate delivery. That means you and your family could be enjoying summer on board this beautiful vessel. So jump on board with us today. Let us show you around this magnificent Sunseeker 80 yacht. Starting on the swim platform, as you can see, we have our tender on here at the moment, and this is a hydraulic platform, making it very easy to launch or recover your tender. Now, through here as well is our crew quarters and the engine room, which we will show you a little bit later on, so stick around for that. Now, this is a huge platform. As you can see, we will pop the specs up for how large this tender is too. But my goodness me, spending some time here in the afternoon when your tender is off, dropping this down just a couple of feet into the water, and you have the perfect little beach club. All right, let's pop up and have a look at the cockpit. The first thing I notice here is the size, the amount of volume that we have with our huge aft seating with a fixed table, making this perfect for your afternoon, evening meals on the back here. You can pop a couple director's chairs here too, making it easily seating about, I think, 8 to 10 people quite comfortably. We also have a huge cover, huge overhang from our Flybridge here with some lights, making this very nice, light and bright. The perfect spot, as I mentioned, to enjoy that afternoon meal. Now, moving forward, we have a little preparation area. Now in here, there is a very deep fridge, a bin, and some storage on the side too. Also in the cockpit, we have our large bollards and winch here, making it perfect for med mooring. Underneath, we have our switches for the platform, underwater lights, and a few more bits and pieces here too. I really want to show you the saloon and the galley. However, I will come back to that a little bit later on. I will point out while we're going past, this is our second hatch to the engine room. Now, you know where I'm going to go. Let's head up to the bow. Here we have some really good height handrails, making it very safe. Also, we can grab onto the side here as well. Really nice wide walkways. Wow, this is quite a large area. We have a step up and a beautiful long lounge here to just sit back on. I really like the cushions because they just sit perfectly underneath your shoulder blades, making it very, very comfortable to sit here. As you can see in front of me, we have a very large sun pad, and the backrests can maneuver up and down as well to pop in that perfect position for you too. Now on the side, we have a couple of cup holders and 2 large storage units on both sides as well. This is the perfect spot to catch some sun while you're out at the bay, or even if you want to get a little bit of privacy from the prying eyes back on the dock there. This is a great spot to come in and relax. All right, let's head up and talk about the anchor.
All right, so the anchor system on the 80. I've got to say, the one thing that is really appealing about the bigger boats, once you get over about 80 foot, they go to a 2 anchor system, which if you're spending a lot of time on board, especially overnight, this is very, very appealing, especially to someone like me who does love to anchor. It's just a safety issue, and the anchor system up here is very, very commercial. You've got all your locks here to lock your anchor down. These hold your anchors back, so once they're up, you put them in. Very easy to get to, very easy to work with, and ultimately this is a full ship type anchor. So it is something I really like about the bigger boats, and it just gives you peace of mind. Obviously you operate both anchors with the switches here, just with your feet, And yeah, it's a good setup. You know, you really can't go past it. So with that, let's head up to the Flybridge and have a look at that.
Before we head up to the Flybridge, I do want to point out here that we do have a third helm station, making it extra easy to moor. Come on, let's check this out. Wow, this is really impressive. The sheer volume that we have up in our Flybridge here. And I especially love the fact that we have such an open area in the aft, giving you the ultimate freedom to configure this however you like. Pop some freestanding furniture on here, maybe another sun lounge. But for me, I would probably be popping my gym up here. Now that's just a personal choice, it's not for everyone, but this would be the perfect spot for it. Moving forward, we have a humongous dining area here. Now this could comfortably sit probably 8 to 10 people, I believe. Now, as you can see, we do have it with the full extension of the dining table. If you did not want the full extension, you can fold this up as well, and it would just be half the size. I'll bring that forward for you. Watch the fingers. And let's bring in the other side too. And now, this is the perfect spot for your afternoon canapes, a few cocktails on the back. Now, if you're thinking, where am I going to service my cocktails from? Just over here with our wet bar. Now, this is equipped with a fridge, ice maker, safety blanket on the side here too, but also a sink, cutting board, and believe it or not, we have a grill that has never been used. Right next to that, we have our UTech fridge there too, making this the absolute perfect spot to cater for you, your friends, and your family. Before we move forward, I want to mention that we have an opening sunroof too. Now this is great to get that extra little bit of vitamin D to perfect that tan while you are lounging on the back. Speaking of, when we move forward, we have a very large sun pad on the front here, and we have a nice seating area opposite that, but this would be my spot. We have the perfect amount of sun, the perfect amount of shade. This is great. And there are some cup holders on the edge there too. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to Rob to speak about the helm station.
Okay, so we're on the Flybridge, and you know that this is one of my favorite places on any boat. I love being on a Flybridge because I have amazing visibility. It's just perfect, I love it. And in this particular berth that we're in here at Porto Vitalis, it is a premium berth, and we have all the best restaurants literally at our doorstep. So if we were staying on board overnight or for the weekend or whatever, we could literally walk off and take our pick. But let's talk about the helm. Twin helm chairs, which is nice. They've both got bolsters. They're both adjustable. Sitting down, it's comfortable, very comfortable. I can touch the ground, which I really like. But for me, up with the bolster, sitting back, I've got better visibility. I can see the anchor, I can see what's going on a little bit better, and I can reach the steering wheel perfectly. My throttle's in reach, bow and stern thrusters, and if you're so inclined, you have your joystick, which, as you know, I'm not a huge fan. Moving on to the dash, we have massive Raymarine screens here. We also have autopilot down here, our Fusion sound system controls here, and everything we need to run the yacht from the Flybridge. With that, let's head downstairs and have a look at that amazing saloon.
So coming into the saloon, if you thought the exterior of this boat was beautiful, this is where the magic truly is. This saloon is gorgeous. I just love the dark wood floors with the lighter wood finish on all the cabinets. Plus, we have some luxurious, beautiful leather couches everywhere as well. Now, this makes it the perfect spot to just sit down in the evening, get away from all that afternoon sea breeze or that wind from outside. This is truly, truly gorgeous. Now, behind me here, we have our pop-up TV, but I want to take a moment to just mention these large windows that give you the perfect panoramic view all around you. Now, I did forget to mention as I walked in, because I was so captivated by the saloon, is that I really love this seamless transition between exterior and interior. It is all one level. You're not worried about tripping on anything. You're not worried about stepping into the saloon because it is all one level. And we have beautiful sliding doors that slide all the way back. Now, to my starboard, we have our glass cabinet, which, come on, have a look. That is just stunning too, isn't it? And opposite is where all our stereo system is housed too. This is such a gorgeous spot. I really feel comfortable here and it is very homely. Now, if you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel because every little bit helps and it helps us bring more videos like this to you. Now, stepping up into our formal dining area, there is just a little step here. We can comfortably sit 6 people here. This is a lovely spot to have your dinner. Now, we do have our galley as well opposite us, which is completely enclosed, and we do have a door that slides to conceal that area as well. This is truly, truly gorgeous. More cupboards down the bottom here to pop things away, and we have a little unit here, I believe, to control our air conditioning. Yes, that's it right there. Speaking of air conditioning, here are our vents just next to us too. Now it's time to pop into the galley and show you around. Now this has a sliding door to completely seal off from any cooking that you are doing in there, or if you have crew on board as well, they can cook in here without disturbing you in the dining room and the saloon. On that, this is the best. I love these side doors because not only does it allow some ventilation to come through when you're cooking, if you do have crew on board, that allows them to enter and exit without going through the main saloon and interrupting you and your guests. Now, behind me here, I am towered by this fridge freezer. Now, I want to just open it up to give you the perspective of how much room you have. On the side, we have our spice pantry. Down here, we have another little cupboard. And on the side here, we have pantries top and bottom too. Moving to the other side, we have a very large countertop to prepare. We have your dishwasher, another very deep pantry, and down below, let's see here, yep, identical. Up above, we have our Miele oven microwave, or microwave oven, I should say. And on the other side, a lovely spot to pop away your cups and saucers. Behind me, more Miele appliances. We have the Miele exhaust. Let's see if that opens. Another cupboard. So there's lots of spots to pop your things away, which is always so important on your own personal yacht. Now here, even more storage and cupboards. All important fire extinguisher and another spot underneath. I really like that just above the sink here, we also have a large window, which of course is very important because you need some of that natural sunlight to come in. Not only that, when you have this door shut, we get some extra light in here too. How lovely. Okay, let's head out and look at the helm station. Coming in to the helm station, we have this large divider here, giving us a little bit of privacy when we are skippering the boat. But on the port side, we have a nice little spot here that you can sit and keep your captain company. Now this is a beautiful spot, and I've noticed that today in particular it is quite warm here, which is beautiful because it is winter in Mallorca, and that extra bit of sunlight hitting us is absolutely gorgeous. Now let's have a look in here because I haven't seen this yet. But we have an area to pop away your maps if you're still using them, or anything important that you want to put away. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Rob to speak about the helm station.
So getting into the business end of the boat. This is a gorgeous helm. I've got sunlight streaming through the window, so it's hitting me in the eyes a little bit, but you have amazing visibility from here. You've got great side windows, so you can see out the side of the boat. You've got good visibility out the front. You can see the anchor, and this is really where your captain's going to be running the boat from, I would assume, on most cases. However, if you want to run the boat yourself, you obviously can do so, which is what I would like to do, but we will just have to see. This is a very high helm chair. Wow, amazing visibility. Got to lean forward slightly. It would be adjustable. You could bring it up and down. They're fully electric, so you can bring them up, down, whatever way you want them. So you can set them up to suit you. At the moment, can't make up my mind if I like it up this high or not. Great visibility. Got to lean forward for the steering wheel a little bit. That's fine. Throttles are in pretty easy reach. Obviously to get up here, I've got to lean forward. I would be standing at that point. If I need my bow and stern thrusters, that means that I am doing something like either pulling up to a mooring or putting the boat in the berth, which you probably wouldn't do from in here because you don't have the visibility. You'd use the third helm station if there is one, or you'd do it from the Flybridge. But, you know, standing here, everything is in absolutely perfect reach. To me, when I'm driving the boat, not just sitting back running the boat underway, but when I'm driving the boat, this is the position you would want to be in, and everything comes together absolutely beautiful. We have two huge, even bigger than upstairs, two large Raymarine screens, which obviously you can configure them to any way you want. And I would assume, I'm not certain, but I would assume that they also have cameras on them so you could see out the back of the boat. Obviously, we've got the switches that we require here for wipers and all that type of stuff, bilge pumps, etc., etc. Bow and stern thrusters here, and our joystick control here. So autopilot over here, your man engine controls here. These just monitor your engines, tell you if there's anything going on. You can see oil pressures, fuel gauges, everything like that. Yeah, everything you need there. So all in all, it's a serious helm, there's no doubt about it. It's a big helm, it's a serious helm, but it's a serious boat. This is an 80-foot boat, and you need to know what you're doing. One of the other things that you mightn't have noticed, and I'm going to point it out, is we have track stabilizers. Now, that is a must in the Med, in my opinion, because the Med is very open water. You've got quite a quick sea. It runs at about 3 seconds, and it does tend to rock you around a bit. Having stabilizers on board changes your life on the boat dramatically, and this has them. So that will operate underway and at anchor. So yeah, look, that's a big thing for me. And over here we have our side door, which gives us easy access to the bulwarks. With that, let's head downstairs and have a look at the accommodation, because believe me, it's pretty special. Come on, let's go.
We have quite a unique setup, to me anyway. So the Sunseeker 80 yacht is fitted with a 4-cabin layout. So behind me we have our VIP or V berth, and then down below we have our guest cabins and our owner's suite, which is just beautiful. First thing first, let's have a look at the V berth. This is a serious cabin. We have so much room in here. If I was a guest on this yacht, I would be absolutely stoked. You would be having a difficult time getting me off this yacht. Now, as you can see, we have a couple of windows on each side, so port and starboard, to allow that natural light to come through. But we also have lots of lights up above, and of course your reading lights next to the bed. I really like the color in here. I like the lightness of the back headrest here, but also the contrast of our wood. And here we have our TV, of course, and our Fusion sound system. Stepping down before we head into the ensuite, we have our little office corner or makeup vanity area with a large mirror. And behind the door here, we have a very large walk-in closet with lots and lots of storage and hanging space. Now, let's pop in and have a look at the ensuite. This is a stunning ensuite. We have our sink here, our shower, which I will show you in just a second, opening porthole. This is really quite beautiful in here, lots of room to move about. Just to give you some perspective of how large this shower is. Look at that, such a great height too. And we have a heated towel rail. Taking a couple steps down, here we have our shared day head with one of our guest cabins. Now there are 2 single beds in there, and opposite we also have 2 single beds. However, this one does have its own ensuite bathroom. As I mentioned, this cabin has 2 single beds, but they also slide together to make a double. Moving into the ensuite, we have quality fittings and fixtures that you would expect from Sunseeker, and a very large shower that is absolutely gorgeous. The second cabin has 2 singles and is beautifully appointed. Before we head into the owner's suite, I do want to mention that we have our washer dryer down here below the stairs. All right, the time has come. Let me show you the owner's suite. Now this is an owner's suite. This is stunning. I thought the V-berth VIP cabin had a lot of room. This is just another level. Here we have our makeup vanity office area. We have our ensuite behind me. Opposite, we have a lovely lounge area to pop down with a good book after your meal. Opposite that, we have our TV, and here we have our walk-in wardrobe. Wow, this would be my walk-in wardrobe. It is quite large. Lots of hanging spaces. The Sunseeker 80 yachts are renowned for their large midship owners' cabins and their large windows, which are on both sides, allowing that natural sunlight to come in, and these end windows open up to give you that afternoon sea breeze. Let's have a look at the owner's ensuite. We have an even bigger shower in here. My goodness. This is huge. Of course, as with the other cabins, we have our heated towel rails, our single sink, lots of cupboard storage down below. And opposite, we have even more storage there too. And with that, let's head up and Rob will show you the engine room.
Okay, let's head down to the engine room. Now, as Ange has already mentioned, you can access the engine room via the crew quarters off the stern of the boat. But with the tender on the back, it's a little bit harder and we don't want to do that. So we're going to head down this way, which is the secondary hatch. So come on, let's go climbing. Okay, so coming down the stairs, the first thing you see is the door that I was talking about. That's your access from the stern and from the crew quarters. It's a seriously good size engine room, it really is. And that's the great thing about these size boats. You've got 2 gensets, one on each side, and we have these massive V12 MAN engines. These are 1800 horsepower each and are just, well, considered to be one of the best engines in the industry. So up the front here, we have our fire suppression system. That is a serious fire suppression system. I've seen a couple, but I haven't seen one quite that big. That's pretty cool. Over here, I believe this is our stabilizers, but I am not certain, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure this is our stabilizers. I could be wrong. Anyway, up the back here, we've got all our engine controls. We have our switchboards. Over here, we have fuel management systems, filters, etc. Here we have our desalinator. So we have our water maker, as it's commonly called here in Europe, desalinator if you're in Western Australia. And as I said, over here, a bit hard to see, our second generator. We also have cages to keep bits and pieces, which I really like. That's nice storage to get everything out of the way. And of course, we have our brollies up here, nice and out of the way. But when you want them for up on the front deck, on the bow, perfect, there they are. As I say, these engines are gorgeous. They're big, they're bad, and they're beautiful. But the other thing about this engine room is how clean it is. Like this is, I think it's a 2013 Yacht. So it's a few years old, but as you saw by the interior, it is absolutely spectacular. And the engine room here is beautifully maintained. So with that, let's head back upstairs.
It is Thursday afternoon. The sun is setting here in Puerto Portales and it is absolutely stunning. I can just imagine myself here with a few friends or family having a cocktail or a champagne on the back with some canapes or a charcuterie board. Now, if you can too, remember this yacht is for immediate delivery. Contact Tobias at Sunseeker Mallorca. I will pop his details down below and he will be able to give you all the information you need of this beautiful Sunseeker 80 yacht. Thank you so much for joining me on Life Beyond the Bow, and we really do look forward to bringing you the next beautiful yacht. Ciao for now.